everybody, to another episode of the All Nerds podcast.
No, Luigi, you just fell down the hole.
So it's one of those episodes, eh?
What?
So it's one of those episodes, eh?
It's one of those. What
It's
episode are you
Levi.
guys on? What
It's
episode are we
Johnny.
on?
It's Dylan, even farther over.
Yes, sir. What's going
We're
on?
drinking water. We're staying hydrated. We're episode.
What episode
52.
is this?
We've
52.
missed a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a messy time, for everybody. But we're trying to recuperate. We're gonna be in a much better. I can't wait for celebration. That's all I'll say.
It hasn't been a messy time for me.
That's
It's
gonna
been
be
it's been mostly a messy time for Johnny.
because you're on the weirdest school schedule I've ever seen someone
Yeah,
on.
you're
It's not
you're
that.
on a-
It's a quarter system. It's not that crazy.
Which is not a normal thing that people do.
There's 4 a year, and you do 3, and it's
Well, me and
sometimes
Johnny
you
are
do
in
4
For a
finals.
year, and you do.
Well, because there's a summer quarter, but most people take off the summer. That's a
You
pretty
take
normal.
the summer off.
It's a pretty normal human thing to not do school 100% of the year. Usually summers are considered the time off.
Alright.
So usually we go like October, late September to like June,
Star
Um,
Wars.
and in there, okay.
I asked. Did we say Star Wars?
Did somebody say content on the podcast?
Somebody
wow.
say something. Did
My
somebody say
finals,
something to me?
my
Somebody
finals
say
doing, my finals doing
somebody
consists of
speak.
pretending to do it until the day before it's due, and then you
Alright,
actually do
that's
it.
That's how we do it in life.
That's
Here,
how
I
you.
have
That's how
a-
you. That's how finals
I
are
have
meant
a
to be
I have
done.
a surprise giveaway. Scan this QR code and see what you win. Just kidding. This is to find out if I have COVID or not. This is a COVID test.
Why
Ooh,
did
are
you
you
just
sick?
do that?
It was because it was a bit.
What if somebody does that?
Okay, what if you scan this
It's probably
QR code?
blurry. It's probably so blurry you can't even tell. What?
Did you have close contact?
My roommate has COVID.
Okay, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Well, guys, so this is another pod where we're
Yeah.
trying to figure out what to talk about. But no, but there is stuff to talk about. Get the Moon
There's
Knight
lots to talk
finale,
about.
which is unfortunately, I guess we'll just jump into it. Unfortunately, the Moon Knight finale is 42 minutes long.
Can I just call something here right now?
You could say
This is
something.
not going to be a good ending. I'm just saying. Like, this is not going to be a satisfying ending to a TV show. Like,
Mm-mm.
I can foresee it.
There's
I
two
would like to
paths
be
now.
pleasantly surprised or
Mm-mm.
proven wrong.
There's 2 paths now. We've talked a lot about how they could have wrapped up the show, but there's 2 paths. Either it ends unsatisfyingly, totally bad, not totally bad, you know what I mean, or there's a season 2. Those are the only
Okay.
2 options.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. That's
The only
true.
2 options that if there's a season 2 and they do an F and it will be continued, that's fine. We can keep going. Or it's done. Like, how do you 42 minutes?
Yeah.
How?
Not
None of
great.
the other
Mm.
episodes have been like that short, right? They've only been 50 plus for a miniseries. A 6
I
show.
think one of them was no, most of them were pretty long. Yeah, most of them
Yeah,
were long.
and it just I wouldn't be saying this at the last episode. Last episode was good. I liked it, but if it didn't end off in such a there's still a lot to. There's just so
Yes.
much more to find out, and it's a draw to the show. It's like, oh, what's real? What's going on? Like, who's actually the bad guy and stuff like that. But eventually, they're gonna have to pick, and if that's in this season that's picked and resolved, it's not gonna be-
Bad.
I don't think it's gonna be good.
Hey, did you
And-
see the hippo?
I don't know.
Behind the scenes?
I'm scared. What'd you say?
And the hippo behind the scenes, like the
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's TEWERT. I don't know how to say it, like to wear it. I don't know.
Yes.
But where she's like on set
Right.
and like I think
The
that
head and
the big old hippo head. That's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. Ha! Bad
funny
CGI though.
Oz.
Joker
It's
laugh.
ooh, that last episode. Ooh, let's have our CGI.
Oh,
section.
I don't agree. I don't think
Dude,
it's that
so
bad.
they're on the boat.
I will agree.
And the
Marvel
green screen
CGI is.
flickers around their hair.
I
You
don't believe you.
know, it's not that
Pull it
bad.
up. Pull
But
it
the
up.
lighting, no, it's not actually that bad. But the lighting just doesn't
It's the
work
lighting.
with the scene. And you can basically you can tell there's a green screen behind them, and it's like obviously you have to suspend some disbelief or. Yeah,
Here's
I've
speaking
been
of,
more I've been more bothered by you guys complaining about the Khonshu and then the hippo and stuff.
I'm not gonna stop if it's the lighting and speaking of because I just want to ask this to Dylan because Johnny didn't know. I asked him before. Did you know that in No Way Home the brick that Matt Murdock catches is actually a snow globe?
yeah,
And they edited it. Yeah, so you knew that.
I saw it. It
like
was in
and like
VFX artist.
yeah, it was in React. Yeah, and when you actually look at it, you're like, oh yeah, that is kind of weird. Like he's
holds it
clearly
like it's a
he's clearly
sphere.
palming something spherical,
right.
but it's not. And talking about weird CGI.
I have to
For
look
me,
at that, and now I'm
me,
never gonna see
It's
it.
you never unsee
you
it.
never unsee it. Now it's like the same thing, except by the nature of the story, by setting it where they have like because both the Taweret, the hippo lady, is a practical like they have something on set. Same with Khonshu. There's someone performing with a suit on. It's about when they do the lighting in broad ass daylight, it just doesn't look right. And so when you're in that all white hallway in the facility and she's in there, it's not gonna look right. When she was outside in the void, it looked much better. It flowed better.
Yeah, I agree.
But by nature, or by effect, that means the human characters, the real people, 100% real people, they didn't quite look as right when they were out there on the fields. It was like, ooh, that looks kind of sussy. But she looked better. But like he didn't look as right. I don't know.
I thought that the worst application of the visual effects was when some shots when Mark and Steven were on the boat.
Yeah,
I think specifically when they were like when you could see the background and they were like it was steering around or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The boat itself looked fine. It was literally just like
that was practical.
Yeah, but it was the green screen itself. I mean, like just didn't.
No, I know,
like,
but
very rarely, especially in like Marvel, like these big budget VFX high stuff, do you see bad green screen application?
Well, it's just because it's rushed now. Everything is so rushed. Literally, Marvel has declined in CGI quality. Unfortunately,
it literally. Do you remember that one shot in Black Widow when Yelena sacrifice her or which either one? Yelena. It's like really? It's like this is how it's gonna. This is like the best you can do.
Don't do it.
Don't.
What did she say?
Yeah, don't she's like, do it. No, whatever. But do you know how you're talking about the decline? Speaking of VFX artists react, did you see? Do you remember?
Corridor.
Yeah, Corridor. Shout out, friends of the channel. Just like John. Do you guys remember the scene in Iron Man 3 when Aldrich Killian is like exploding and he like stands up again and he's like coming? That whole human was entirely digital. In 2013.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say it looks bad. Yeah,
no, that entire thing was a digital render.
That's crazy.
Of Guy Pearce. That's insane, and that looked so good then. That looked like, and so the fact that we've like regressed.
Iron Man 3 is underrated in general.
In quality.
I mean, No Way Home literally got they changed it after it had been released, right? Some of the CGI.
I don't know if I believe that. There's
they did. No, it's not a no. I 100%. I will show you the before and after.
Yeah,
that's so weird, man.
Wasn't there also technically two different versions between IMAX?
They slimmed down Andrew.
Weren't there some different shots in the IMAX film as opposed to the digital film? Like it was like it was like one like. I'd have to look into it.
They did change the.
Remember when Andrew has MJ and he falls and he fucking spaghetti's legs? Remember that part? That was funny.
I don't think that looked that bad.
And hey, no cursing.
Whatever. No cursing? Oh yeah, that's a thing. Sorry, we haven't been on All New Nerds in a while.
No.
It hasn't been that long. We had a stream like a couple days ago.
I know.
Oh, it's
dude, it feels like I feel like I haven't been in school in a year, and I
feel like I haven't talked to a friend
a few days ago
in years.
I wish I could hug you.
No, I talked to you yesterday.
That wasn't talking. That was tolerating.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh, it's not nice.
Not nice.
I'm gonna cry.
Wow,
Dylan and I had a good back and forth bit yesterday.
I don't even remember how it went. So
I kind of remember how. I remember we did it. I don't remember how it went though.
I remember it happened.
that's the key to all comedy. I remember it was funny. I don't remember why.
It was funny. We both. Anyways, nope. No more of this talk. Anyways,
but no. So speaking of, the brick. No, CGI.
Yeah, the brick. Yeah.
So the brick, right? It used to be a snow globe. So you would ask maybe a sane person, not a sane person, but curious person, like, why the hell did you change that? What's the point? If he catches a snow globe, who cares? Apparently, and this is hearsay, but this ties into a broader topic I want to touch on because it ties into this week is Multiverse of Madness. Apparently, it was alleged that Kevin Feige made that change just so a leaker would be wrong, because apparently, and it's like all documented because so the story is Noob Master 69, which sounds funny, but that name is from Avengers Endgame. That's the name of the guy, or is it Infinity War or Endgame? It's the guy that Thor is playing when they're in New Asgard.
Endgame.
But the guy on Reddit, this is his username, registered it like a year before the movie came out and was leaking stuff. And obviously, and he like that's his. So that's like his claim is.
Whoa! Wait, that's some crazy
conspiracy.
Like,
no.
Like his new Master 69, like Thor's like, I'm gonna come to your house and destroy
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's a good.
What
scene.
the heck?
Yeah,
No
yeah, yeah.
way. No way. No
the
way.
account
I
and
didn't
so
know
the
about
account
this.
yeah, the account this is like one of the main leakers on Marvel Studio Leaks.
No way.
Pre-exists the movie. So obviously like he had some inside knowledge because it was right.
Mm.
He knew something
Wait,
from the
am I having the same realization as you guys?
I already made this realization. Dylan just doesn't
Okay.
care. So
No, I get it. I
You do?
100%
That's
see.
insane to
Dylan,
me.
that
Dylan's
is
playing,
Marvel would
Dylan's
do
playing
that.
Minesweeper.
It's not
Yeah.
true.
You're playing
so-
a game.
And so
You're Minecrafting right now.
I gotta get the diamonds. Come
Right,
on.
go ahead. Sorry,
and so
go ahead,
and this is
Levi.
and this is you know it's this is hearsay. I'm the new Master 69 thing that is real. That account exists.
That's
You can go
insane.
look at. That's a real thing. But how it all connects, that's not like 100% confirmed. Please do not take this as news. But the
That
fact
blows my
so
mind.
so there's been like this guy out there who's been leaking this stuff, and there's various leakers, and it's being reported that there's sort of a new crackdown on the leaking and scooping community, as of late over at Disney Marvel and maybe just Disney as a whole. And so with the Multiverse of Madness coming out, there's been a lot of last minute scoopers. Just the scoops have been going crazy of no, all this stuff is cut out now. It's not real. Kevin is changing them. Literally, it's to the point where people think they're like people who think that there is not a single version of this movie that has been screened that is the version that will be in theaters, and they are showing slightly different versions as test audiences, like essentially the same. So the reactions are pretty much the same, but just to mess with people and cut stuff out and change it just so leakers and scoopers will be wrong.
That's so funny.
That is insane to me. Like that we are I mean,
think about when they first did Luke Skywalker and the Mandalorian, and they made it Plo Koon. Like, I know it's a bit different because that was more like
That was
but
that
still,
was like a leak blocker.
it's funny that they're aware. Like they've
Oh, they know.
probably always been aware, but it's very much now like this is actually an issue that there's nothing we can do about it. And so like we
That
just
new
gotta,
Master
like,
thing actually blows my mind.
that's some foresight for sure.
It's insane.
yeah.
That is pretty crazy.
That's
Well,
very weird to me.
As far as
Interesting.
Multiverse of Madness go, did you guys see that some people
Yeah, that's
thought
this week.
some people thought that TV spot
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to come out? The one
It
with
wasn't.
Captain Carter. It
It wasn't. It
wasn't.
got leaked.
The one with Captain Carter in it.
It got
Oh,
leaked.
was that the story? Okay, I'm sorry. I've been
Yeah.
like very little, like minusculely looking
No,
at the
that's-
news this week.
So have I. It's okay.
So
No,
it got leaked and then they released
Yeah,
it.
it got leaked and then it got.
Oh, okay. Because there's like some stuff in there that's like, oh, you didn't need to show this. Like,
Pretty.
right
Yeah.
now.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, I mean, there's only like two big things, but yes.
Right. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's like it felt kind of like a weirdly.
Isn't that crazy though that now like what if is confirmed to matter? Like within the
It
year.
always kind of
within-
was,
within
but
a-
I know what you mean.
I know, but like
Still-
within a year.
Still doesn't make me like it, but yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like I mean matter in the
Yes,
sense
I
that
agree.
they turned around of a character going from that show appearing first to live action
But,
within
I know, but it already was. We already knew about the Ultron. We already knew about the Doctor Strange. But yes,
Ultron.
But now we're getting the payoff, I guess.
the Ultron Sentries. That was, or okay. Actually, this is a leak, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
It was a leak a long time ago. It
A
was a
long
leak a
time
long time ago.
But that's the thing is that this movie, like I don't know what's real and what's not. So now, I don't
A lot
know.
of cameos.
A lot, but apparently not a lot of cameos.
Well, 15. That's a good amount.
Apparently none. Apparently no. That's gone. No, not
They
true.
scrapped. They scrapped.
Where
that.
did you
They're
see?
just
Where
kidding.
did you see that? Hold on.
I don't
Where did you-
know. No, I know where I saw it, but I'm saying I don't think that's necessarily credible.
I
I'm
mean, we
saying
know Patrick Stewart did it, so
scoopers-
that's at
the
least one
scoopers-
cameo.
the scoopers are going crazy. So outside of the Illuminati, apparently there's no big cameos.
That's crappy.
There's a new Avengers team. There's
Uh-uh.
a new Avengers team. Yes, there is.
I know, but it's not. So previously, this is years and years away, guys. Because originally Scott Derrickson was making this movie, then Sam Raimi took over. Then there's been reshoots on it. So originally they were going to try and get all of the actors who were almost
Going to be
the characters originally. So, for example,
gotcha. Yeah, I
Robert Downey
Can
Jr.
you
was
imagine?
cast.
Are you saying Tom Cruise Iron Man will not be in it?
Yeah, he's not in it. So yeah. So
People,
this was
people are
no.
gonna be so mad.
I'm not kidding. This was initially the claim. It was that this is years ago, and there's lots to substantiate this. Is all like Emily Blunt as Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. Like they were like, oh, we're gonna do an alternate version of the team. I'm pretty sure now they're just using the same actors as variants, and there's no cameos. And to me, that's not a cameo. That's just like different versions of the same.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like it'd be Chris. The Chris's as
other versions. Not like super out of the question.
It'd still be exciting, but
I know, but it's not a cameo. That's not a cameo.
I mean,
that's not a cameo to me.
That's like saying that the Lokis that we see in Loki are cameos. You know? Yeah, but it's like no, it's just Loki.
Yeah, but if Chris Evans is in it, he's not going to be wrong.
No, but I'm saying if you cast a different version of the Avengers team, as different actors, you would have them in the movie, but they're not in the movie anymore. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that all of like the cameos, as in, oh, here's an actor who's cameoing in this film as a well-known character. None of that's in it.
I think my definition of it is that would
have been pretty cool to see.
Which even then, the Illuminati aren't even the real versions. It's a whole weird thing, and I don't like it. And I don't know. I need to see the movie, but the scoopers are.
I'm gonna wait till I don't really have anything.
Yeah.
I'm worried about this movie.
You still? Well, I've heard that it's good, but it's very sloppy. Like sloppier than No Way Home.
I've heard messy, and that's not a great word to me.
Yeah, for a multiverse movie, it's like it's going to be, but like
it's the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, that's true. But if it's sloppy in the fact that it's like No Way Home's messiness more comes from just like weird character decisions that don't necessarily make sense.
But even within the context of the film, it still works.
Yeah. But if it's like messy, where it's like just like genuine disregard for the rules or genuine disregard for just like plot devices and stuff like that, then I don't know.
I don't know. I'm only optimistic because it's Sam, but again, with Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
They have directors, but
you hear about how John Watts got kicked off of?
Yeah, I was about to bring that up next, but I was gonna hold off. But let's talk about that in a second. But
that was Kevin.
John Watts, you were a great name you're a great cheap name to slap onto 3 Spider-Man movies, and now you're gone.
I mean, I'm just Sam. Like that's the only reason why I'm.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, Sam Raimi is a good director. Most of the time.
One of my faves.
Yeah, he's made some good movies. So hopefully this is one of his good ones as well.
Yeah, he did some bad ones though.
Every director's got.
What do you think? What do you think is bad?
And I say that as a joke.
Let me look at my Sam Raimi.
Because it's not his fault. Like the one I go to immediately is being a mess is Spider-Man 3, but that's not his fault.
No.
Yeah, I don't blame that on him. Though.
Yeah.
But so I just. Yeah, I mean, again, like the thing with the Marvel movies is there's directors.
Well, speaking of directors,
there's also the studio.
John Campia, friend of the show, John Campia is saying that they fired John Watts because they got Krasinski to direct.
Really?
I did see the Krasinski directing there. I didn't know that was he got fired because of that.
That's funny.
Because they were like, oh, an actual big name talent. Goodbye, John Watts.
But, John Watts was always just like any director they put on those movies was literally like just a name.
Which I feel so bad for that guy because I'm sure he did actual. Like you watch any inkling of behind the scenes stuff where they're like, oh yeah, it's Tom Holland's like, oh yeah, me and Joan came up with this. That's about good Tom Holland, but like the fact that he was still present on set and did stuff, and to like it's so sad.
That's the bare minimum.
I know. And I mean he contributed to the creation of these films, and it's just it is important to know he is a human being.
No, he did.
But his reputation is just one of just a man, just like a paper figure man who stands in and is like, camera here, and then the Marvel does everything else. It's like
he looks at his
phone. I liked how in a lot of the No Way Home stuff it made it seem like Tom like directed.
A
little bit.
So funny.
It did. That's how they painted it.
John Watts, like I don't know. It's hard to call him a good or bad director because he had one movie before.
I don't think he's a bad director.
No, me neither. I just don't know how much. I mean, I don't think the movies would have been very different at all, if at all, if it was another just like indie creator, like what's it called? Director.
John Watts had a pitch, and I think it was just his pitch was written around. The movies were written around his pitch,
and he was cheap.
Which was the John Hughes, the John Hughes High School, the John Hughes High School Musical. You know.
You almost had a Dooku moment there.
Ain't nothing like a
Nope.
Dooku moment.
No need to bring it up.
Kung
Yeah,
Fu.
John Watts. I mean, like, okay, so I just, we'll never know what the experience is like on those sets,
Yeah, it's true.
and we'll never know behind the scenes stuff, and we'll never know John Watts' relationship. I think John Watts
Do you think
seemed
John
that he had a
Watts?
very good relationship
Do you
with
think that John
the
Watts
studio.
is really just like Kevin Feige's Stephen Grant?
Muse.
No, it's no, it's Stephen Grant. Like he's just an alternate personality of Kevin Feige, who's just like, oh, I'm John Watts. I live in your head. Please let me out, Kevin. And sometimes Kevin lets John out to play.
Every now and then.
Every
Well,
now
not
and then.
anymore.
I
Not
just-
anymore.
And now he just fell into the.
I mean, I hope that
his muse.
the story being painted right now is that John is stepping down.
That's
But
what like the
I'm
reports
worried
said.
that it was much more brutal than that.
Yeah, bro, stepping down from making billions of dollars, probably, or millions.
Well, I mean,
him,
I don't
but
know. I
billions
mean,
in
like,
box office.
they
mean,
did bring up
some
how
people.
exerting those 3 movies were,
Mm.
what the Spider-Man movies were, and John and there was, I mean, again,
I-
behind the scenes stuff is nothing like it's used to be, but there is stuff that they were saying like, oh yeah, it was an exerting. Even Tom in that stuff was like, oh yeah, I'm good with what I've done.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
No Way
so
Home especially
just
was probably one of the like
toughest productions.
yeah,
I mean, 'cause they
for
shot
that
COVID and stuff.
studio in general.
Um,
I would
yeah,
want a
absolutely.
different director on future Spider-Man stuff anyways at this point with MCU.
Yeah, no, they need no. Yeah, that needs to be
Shake it up.
revamped.
No
Yeah.
more home. They don't do the
No.
home stuff anymore.
Nope,
Don't
we're
even
done.
do anything
done.
like that. Like
They
just
call it,
done.
like what Spider-Man college home. Like just
I'm at
really
college
bad
now.
dorm room.
Dorm room is my
So
home.
what? I mean, yeah, with John, I just think it's. I hope it ended okay. I hope they weren't just like, because I mean, like the John Krasinski thing is honestly
I don't think it did,
probably true.
because it's a
Probably
weird
true.
thing to step down after your film is now like one of the highest grossing films ever made. It's a weird time to be like,
I don't know
I'm
if he
just
just feels
tired of this.
accomplished well, I mean, to be fair,
I mean, some people have
I
different standards of how they want to,
correct.
Yeah, but
I feel like
continue.
I
but
feel like
not
there's been a
not in
lot of
this way.
actors
Not
Not
in
in
Hollywood
like
either. Yeah.
but yeah, not in like a weird like back alley press release where they're like, oh yeah,
Especially when he had
John Watts
Fantastic
is
Four
gone.
ready to go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he was-
come on. No,
yeah.
they announced, oh, John Watts is Fantastic Four. Everyone's like, whoa. And then like I literally didn't hear about it from Marvel. I saw someone tweeting about
Same,
someone
yeah,
else's
yeah.
tweet. Like
Right.
the
No,
fact that
yeah,
they
I
were
didn't
like,
read.
oh yeah, John Watts is gone. It's like,
It'd be one thing if he like was up in the air already with doing another movie, but he was like ready to go, like on Fantastic Four, which seems far out now that I think about it. When is
Yeah,
the
it's
Fantastic
so
Four
did you see
supposed to
the
come out?
they moved Kang, they moved Quantumania and the Marvels. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah,
They switched
did.
the dates.
2 movies I don't really care about. I mean, Quantumania I care more about the Marvels, but
yeah.
whatever.
Well,
Alright,
Quantumania is
well,
coming out.
anyways.
Do Marvel fans just not like women? Because I've seen nothing good. No one wants Miss Marvel, and no one wants the Marvels. So I think there might be an issue that's a little more deep rooted than the quality of the films, but we'll see.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think I'm very excited for
I don't know.
She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk's gonna be fantastic.
It's true. Yeah, I hope so. I don't know. Yeah, again, I got that Marvel fatigue,
And
man.
I'm
I'm in it for
optimistic about
Star Wars.
I'm optimistic about Echo, but even though I didn't love Echo in Hawkeye, like I wasn't like
Echo to
love with
me
the
is the
character.
weirdest show they're thinking about making.
Well,
And
I mean,
Nah,
just-
bro, they're making an El Muerto movie. No.
Oh yeah,
no.
no, that's Sony just doing.
That's a weird
that's
thing.
different. That's different.
That's the
All right,
weirdest
well,
thing
we'll-
anyone
we'll-
has ever
we'll-
Literally
done.
Sony with a
continue-
dartboard, and then they got El Muerto
We'll continue
next.
on, but
Bro, getting El Muerto is like getting that one like piece of the dartboard that's in the bottom corner. It's like really small, like the silver. Like, how did they hit that? How
no,
did
it's
they-
not on the board.
Yeah.
No, it's
not
it's
on the
no,
board.
it's not on the board. It's not.
Oh,
the
I
circle,
see what
it's
you
the-
mean. It's like
Yeah, the circle. Yeah, the circle is like you want that. You don't want this.
Yeah.
You don't want
No.
that weird. Like, how the hell did I hit this?
Sony's thing is that it's like, haha, we have all the closely tied Spider-Man characters, and so they've done Morbius. Venom makes a little more sense, and they're doing El Muerto. I don't know. Is that what
Again,
is that 3 of the Sinister
again,
Six right now?
Again,
El
a
Muerto,
character
Morbius, and
that
Venom?
has been
Don't forget
been
Vulture.
in 2 issues of Spider-Man and has barely been in them to begin with.
It's so, and they're recent too, right? He's not like a
Yeah.
like beloved character or anything.
No, I didn't even know who he was. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm like the the
You
like
should
the
know who.
ultimate
If they're making
Spider-Man
a
fan,
movie
but like
about a character,
I
you should
feel
at
like
least know the
with
character.
who I am, I'm very aware of what
Yeah.
the
What if
character.
this is
and
a beautiful film? What if this is like an art house?
It's not
like-
going to be. It's gonna look
Gorgeous
bland as
movie.
hell and have no
No,
inspiration
what if
at
I
all.
still haven't
Alberto-
seen Morbius, so
what if El Muerto is
I
like
don't know what to
the
expect.
Northman of comic book movies? Like it's like this horrifically gritty, just movie about an ex wrestler who learns to hate Spider-Man. He goes on this trip.
I can't
That'd be
believe
cool.
that.
Well, they don't even have a
happened.
Spider-Man yet, so I don't know. I don't
Oh
know
my
what they
god!
want
Yeah,
to do.
they approached Andrew and he said no, and then he quit acting. He didn't quit acting, but he's
Andrew
taking
saw
a break.
Morbius. Do you think Toby would
taking
do
a-
it?
No,
I don't want Toby to do it. No,
I don't
if
either.
if they give them to Toby, oh my
Would
God,
you
I
do it,
just-
Johnny?
yeah,
I
Johnny
do
would
it?
do it. Yeah,
Would you
Johnny,
do it?
yeah,
If they were
Johnny-
like, "Hey,
Johnny-
listen,
Johnny-
we've got through
Johnny-
everyone that kind of looks
Johnny-
like Peter Parker."
yeah, Johnny perks up. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I would do it for
If I was in a
$10.
Spider-Man movie, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Would you?
What?
Yeah. Would you fight?
Can they do a Ben
you
Reilly
fight
movie?
Bad
We need more
Bunnies
blonde
elsewhere?
Spider-Mans.
Need representation? Is that what you're saying, Dylan?
We need more white blonde men in
White blonde
movies.
No, none of that clone stuff. Get that clone stuff out of here.
Yeah, the Clone
the
Saga.
Clone
Yeah, you
Saga.
know what? That's gonna be the next movie. Is the Clone Saga?
people
That's
love
gonna
the clone
that is
stuff?
gonna be Sony's next movie.
Oh.
Let's do the Clone Saga, but have it with Morbius and Venom.
Oh,
Not Spider-Man.
Alberto.
Not Spider-Man in it though.
I want to. Yeah, let's do the clone saga without Spider-Man. What if they
No
clone?
Spider-Man.
They
and let's do
cloned Venom.
They clone Venom,
Like,
and they
the
make Eddie Brock, but a different Eddie Brock.
No, you know what they would do. You know what they would do.
They make Teddy. They
No,
make
they
Teddy.
would bring Peter Parker
Brock?
into it. They would bring Peter Parker into it, but he wouldn't be Spider-Man. But he would get Venom. He'd get the Venom sauce instead.
something like that.
And then they'd clone him. Yeah, they'd be like, oh, he'd be like, Peter, you're Spider-Man. Almost Spider-Man.
Remember when at the end of Venom 2 he comes and he's like, he looks tasty, Eddie.
There's the-
Remember that? What was up with that?
And then he
What
gets
was
still
up
going
with that?
on?
Can't tell you. Couldn't tell you, man.
Because Venom must have
Um,
forgot that Peter Parker. Was
I
Spider-Man.
will never get bored talking about how.
Wait, yeah, I
insane
didn't even think
that
about
is.
that. Venom must have forgot that Peter Parker was Spider-Man because everyone knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man. So what does that even set up for?
No, but I don't think everyone forgets.
It's somehow gonna reach New York.
No, he would forget because he found out that he was Spider-Man.
But he
it's
found
somehow
out
gonna-
but Venom is like through the multiverse because the symbiote is
Yeah,
like
I
all
don't
knowing
know.
or whatever. I
This
feel
would be,
like
yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I feel like this thing is.
Then does every Venom forget?
I hope not. That'd be oh god. Oh god.
You know what's weird about that scene too, which I mean I've seen some people talk about it, but it's kind of a big deal to me, is that the shot that he's looking at is just not Spider-Man doesn't take his mask
I know
off.
it's not a real shot. It's not a
Wha-
real.
Yeah, like why? Like when he's looking at the TV, it's Peter Parker with his mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a
like
real
he-
shot from the movie. It's
Why
so weird.
would Peter do that?
They
There's
shot
no.
that. They shot that extra.
Yeah, exactly, and it was like.
Here? I also want to
Oh,
just
man.
briefly touch on the fact that I really want to stress this, that like even no matter how good Thor is, which I think it will be good because I love
think it
Taika, Multiverse of Madness, and Marvel fans are already really feeling down, I'd say, on the whole. This movie is a make or break, Multiverse of Madness. And I don't know if you guys saw, but Sam Raimi did an interview where he was like, oh yeah, I haven't seen WandaVision. And I went, oh no.
My man hasn't seen
I-
WandaVision.
I
Isn't
went-
that
I
what
went-
the other
I
character
went,
of this movie is?
and I went, Sam.
Isn't that
and
what
I
the
s-
supporting character
ye-
of this movie is?
Yeah, let me read you the quote. I think they were like, oh yeah, they showed me like
God.
some of the scripts, and I like was just working on that. And I was like, no,
are people
Sam.
actually? It doesn't seem to be a lot of people.
Sam,
not just
Sam,
us.
Sam.
I don't like listen. I don't. I'm not in the film industry. I'm not a director by any means. I would be all over everything surrounding my project if I was involved in something
Here,
like the MCU or Star Wars.
Because
Like-
I want to transition to Star Wars with this
yeah,
topic.
Go for it.
And so I want to read the quote from Sam Raimi because people give, especially the sequel trilogy in Star Wars, even though Star Wars has kind of always been this way, largely, about how like, oh, they made it up. They just made it up. They had no plan. Listen, for some reason, people, it's all because of framing, and people are like, oh yeah, Marvel's got it planned all the way out, and it's all good all the time. That's nonsense. Remember the Inhumans movie and some of the stuff they announced? Where's
No
that
way,
from?
yeah.
But no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying because I get a little bit heated when people level this against Star Wars.
The
If it's some
Inhumans
sort of
TV show?
yeah, as if it's that did come out.
It did come out. Yeah.
I don't like it when
Wish
people
it didn't.
level it as a critique against Star Wars, just as like somehow that makes it automatically bad. Because I think Marvel makes some good stuff. But listen to this quote from Sam Raimi on the production of Multiverse of Madness. This is what he did an interview with Collider. Yes, it was all on the fly. Now this is happening. Now that's happening. It was like a juggling game. I guess it must be like that for all the directors and writers of these very big Marvel properties. Now that we have a long history, it was very chaotic, wonderful, creative. I don't want to use the word mess because that's unfair, but it was just a cascade of ideas. We take the best ones and quickly weave it together. The fabric of this universe.
Oh God!
It was
Dang it!
it was very exciting, actually. I'm not really sure what the WandaVision schedule was or how it changed. I just know that halfway, or maybe 3/4 of the way into our writing process, 3/4, I first heard of this show they were doing and that we would have to follow it.
Man.
Therefore, we had to really study what it was doing. I've never even seen all of WandaVision. I've just seen some moments of an episode that I was told directly impact their storyline.
Oh,
Oh my God! Oh my
Jeez.
God! Oh my
The most-
God!
the
Oh
that's
my
not
God.
good.
Oh
the
my
most
That's not
God.
insane-
Oh my God.
That's not what you want to hear.
Oh my God! It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
I don't know. Here's my thing. We're saying we're like a little Marvel fatigued. Are other people feeling this too?
Yes.
Can I say again? We were 3/4 of the way into our writing process, and someone came along and said, "Oh, here's
Oh
the
my
show
God!
WandaVision."
I can't believe that. I can't believe it. I can't.
And they were like,
I can't believe it. I can't.
That
I
is
just
that
don't
is a
understand what
quote.
goes on.
How do they operate like that? How is that a thing?
Well, does that have to do with because the movie was being written
Oh,
while
God
WandaVision was
dang
being
it.
made, and then WandaVision had its issues, so they changed
I
stuff
don't
from
know.
WandaVision?
I want to stress though. He says in there, I read it. He said we wanted to study WandaVision so we could have a through line, and he says they quickly. What did he say? Quickly weave together
Yeah,
the fabric
quickly's
of the
never
universe.
good.
No,
Quickly
no
is never
quicklies.
good.
Can we stop with the
Quickly
quicklies
is
with
never
MCU?
But like he does say, like we tried to make it consistent, but he does say, I've never even seen all of WandaVision. I just seen some moments of some episodes.
I also don't like the
Oh.
word "tried" there.
Eh.
Like he says, he literally says, I don't want to use the word mess. Like Sam.
That means
Sam,
there's
I-
some
like-
synonym.
I didn't read.
Yeah, I don't want to use the word mess.
This is news to me. That is very disappointing.
I don't want to use the word "it sucks," but it definitely wasn't good.
If he's saying I don't want to call it a mess and it was they had to rewrite quickly, nope.
Usually not a
Nope.
good sign.
No,
This came out yesterday.
especially because this is a multiverse movie, and like this was the big multiverse
Mm.
like thing, at least for the next like when it was announced, like the next like 4 years or 4 or 5
Right,
years, this was the
right.
big multiverse thing, and now that I'm freaking out now.
I'm
I don't-
scared.
I'm very scared for this.
Marvel. Just get it right, please. Like, I like your movies sometimes,
See,
a lot of
this
the
is the
time.
problem. Okay, yep, I'm gonna go on a rant. Yep, I'm doing it. This is the
Doing it.
problem with they're getting worse. They're getting a lot worse with production. I feel like just it's starting to fall apart. It is genuinely starting to fall apart. They are doing way too much all at once. This is the problem. This is one thing. The second thing is their productions are too quick. Like they can't keep up. And I can't even imagine the stresses, especially on the VFX artists. They probably
Yeah.
much given. It
Quick
makes me,
pause
it
rant.
makes me
I don't know if
nervous
you
for how
saw,
much
but
money
they literally were changing the shot in between ads, like the shot of Strange, like they were re-editing it between
Oh yeah.
ads.
It's like
and the whole and the VFX with No Way Home, them changing it after the movie comes out. No, no,
you don't do that. You're not
don't
allowed
do
to do
that.
that.
Thing. You don't do these things.
You shouldn't be allowed to
and-
do that.
I just feel like the cracks are starting to show really, really badly.
Yeah.
I do.
It's
And people and you can say whatever you'd like. I'm a Marvel fan. We're all Marvel fans. But Marvel, people are losing interest. People are losing it. I mean that.
They just made one of the most successful movies ever of all.
Yeah, that's true.
time.
Like
Okay,
they,
I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna
Okay,
say,
you know
No
what?
Way
I'm
Home
sorry.
just came out,
I'm sorry. You're right.
but
You're
even
right.
No Way Home on rewatch
I
is like,
feel like
However,
No Way Home
TV
is a
though,
lot
on the
different.
TV side, on the
Yeah.
TV side though,
Sure, okay, all
ratings
right.
are going
Maybe
down.
that's a better.
That's fair. There is fatigue. There is general fatigue for the ancillary material of Marvel. People are
Here,
not
all right,
watching the
here's
TV
what
shows.
we will see how well Doctor Strange was, and I think we'll be able to gauge it better. If
But-
No Way Home was really just
but
a special moment, or if it's
because
Marvel.
you're not wrong, Johnny. Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi,
Ugh.
all did not do
Oh,
well in terms of box office.
underperformed, I think.
They're all
right?
pretty mid. Yeah.
and
The-
they weren't beloved. So.
I'm worried about this too happening to Star Wars because I feel like Star Wars is even more vulnerable.
Star Wars, and
That's what I
mean,
said.
Star
Star
Wars
Wars
is in a
is
good
getting
spot right
there a
now,
little
I think,
bit.
but like,
they're getting there a little
They're right
bit.
on the line. They're right on the
Yeah,
line.
but
They are.
I don't want them to
I think if they push themselves too much more,
Any quicker.
maybe
No.
it's just
This is
because I'm more
this is
invested
just-
in Star Wars, but
this is-
Marvel gets a mid show and I'm like, okay, like I can sleep at night. But when Star Wars, like this world I'm so invested in is like it's, I don't know, everything is like a building block to the next over like 30,000 years, whatever. That sucks because it's like that's just in the continuity.
It's stressing me out that I can't even. Oh my god! And like, how long do they have to write scripts? I don't even know. And again, this whole Sam Raimi thing, 3/4 of the way done. And again, this is at a messy production from the start.
WandaVision.
Yeah, and it's had a messy production from the start because the director got fired or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had to rewrite it. And this you cut out about this, Levi. Doctor Strange is supposed to be first, and then No Way Home.
Yeah.
Was
That's
that
how this was
true?
gonna-
Was that how it was
yes,
supposed to go?
Yes, there's concept art of America Chavez and Doctor Strange in
In
No Way Home
Wait,
from the multiverse. of
so is
Madness.
this movie? Because
Oh,
I
fuck.
remember
Excuse
I
me.
was like,
It's
oh, No
all
Way
one.
Home.
in MCU canon? In MCU canon now it's after, but originally it was going to be before.
Yeah. But I wonder how much they changed because that means the ending of that would have had to set up at least for a similar beginning to
Correct.
No Way Home, where the world is pretty normal.
Correct.
I mean,
Well, we
not
see
anyone cares
like
about-
Doctor Strange in bed, and he doesn't look good in the No Way Home concept art.
Oh, really?
And I don't
That's in the
know.
trailer.
Right. So
I have no idea.
I want to stress again. Starting with, so he was asked. I wanted to give full transparency. I was reading
yeah.
most of a quote. He was asked how
Jonathan
did
No
how
Way
did
Home.
No Way Home and WandaVision impact the writing process, and he responds, "It was all on the fly." Like that's the first thing he said.
that's not good.
Big red
That's
flag.
a really, really, really bad sign. And that makes me I have not had any time to read any articles, but
Yeah,
me
and
just
you
saying
thought we
this
had nothing
now
to
is
talk
first-
about. I was like, I was like, there's something
No,
to
I
talk
didn't
about,
think
all right?
so. I
Yeah.
man. Okay, here's One Piece.
I do want to say that I gotta defend him though. If he thinks it wasn't a mess, he says it was very chaotic. I don't want to use the word mess because that's unfair. It was just a cascade of ideas.
Right.
If he thinks they could pull it off, maybe they did.
Maybe it's like maybe it serves the movie even better. You
Yeah,
know?
maybe it
Like-
works.
I don't know if it's just in the frame of mind I'm in right now or whatever, but like those words, the way the words used do not sound confident,
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
right?
They don't.
No. Well, when you
And-
don't,
and him
when
and
you
him
don't, when you
saying he's
haven't
never-
seen,
And
when
him
the
saying
director,
he hasn't seen all of WandaVision is
yeah,
like,
when the director hasn't seen the show that directly correlates into this, like very, very directly, like I don't know.
I'm trying. All right, there was this really cool concept art piece
the
with
fact. I'm sorry. I have to say.
Go
this.
ahead. Go
The-
ahead.
like,
Go ahead.
and it's something I've already said, but I can't
Go
stress
off.
it enough. The fact that he first heard of the show three
Yeah.
quarters way through into the writing process, heard of it.
That's
Like,
ridiculous.
what?
Like
I
how
don't
even?
know.
They must
Yeah.
make direct references, right?
What this film went through. This is what I was going to transition to. This film went through 6 weeks of reshoots. I think
Like
there was.
we
a
better
lot
not
of,
have wasted 9 weeks watching WandaVision.
I think
Yes.
no, I don't think that's the case. But I think there was a lot of panicking, going on over at Marvel because they spent so much money. They spent like 2 months making more of this movie to redo the movie.
Yeah.
Like that's 6 weeks is not a small amount of time. It's a long
No.
time for reshoots.
Sometimes reshoots are a good thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
Rogue One.
Solo,
Rogue
apparently.
One,
Yeah.
Solo.
Yeah.
Solo's a more extreme situation. But I think Rogue One is a great example where they made a movie and then they reshot like parts of it.
Here it is.
So Solo, they really could have just been like, you know what? You
Solo's
get what
like
you
a
get.
different
We
movie.
don't want to lose any more money, but then they did it.
I just it makes me very worried.
I'm nervous too.
Now, I was optimistic because it's Sam, but now even Sam doesn't sound that optimistic. I'm very worried right now.
Make Marvel good again, man.
I don't know. I
They just
make,
the thing is, I just think they need to slow down. I just think they need to slow down.
Don't put that on a hat.
they don't put on it'd be a red hat too.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say? I think they just.
I said make Marvel good again.
I think they just need to slow down.
Maybe,
They're
but they
clearly
make
going way too
money,
fast.
so they're not gonna slow down. They're making a Miss Marvel show.
It's true.
No one cares. They're gonna make it.
Well, people care. I don't be to be fair.
Okay,
but
I mean, I
No,
don't
but they're not
know.
even making it really Miss Marvel. That's why
here's
it
the
sucks.
concept
They're
I was
making
talking about. So this is No Way Home concept art.
Bro, why does this look like a Renaissance painting?
I know it looks actually sick.
Who painted
It's
this?
it's good.
Who put way too
who
much
painted
time
this
into
Van
quality.
Gogh?
It's low quality,
is
but it
this?
looks good. I mean, the color art looks great. But
Yeah, he doesn't look good, but it also could just be like a joke that he's sick.
I don't know.
Why did they make it that like regal? What the hell? John
That was
Watts
very
made
good.
that himself.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm just.
That's what he was doing while the movie was being made.
Oh, I got my coloring book.
He got to paint a pretty picture, and they made a movie.
Worries me. Really, really worries me.
Do you know what's kind of worrying me? Not worrying me, but it's
Sing it on
related.
Wednesday. Sing it on Wednesday.
Can't stress this enough. The way he phrases this, I never even saw all of WandaVision. I've just seen some moments of some episodes that I was told directly impact our storyline. He was told, hey, check this out. He was told that, oh, there's this show 3/4 of the way through writing a movie. Like,
I'm more okay. All right. I'm more bothered by the
Lobster.
3/4 thing than I am that he didn't watch all of WandaVision.
yeah, no, it's just, no,
Yeah, because then like you can hand that to writers, and you can hand that.
Yeah,
to, like, he should
that
have been
is
aware.
still not
though,
bad.
but
That's still
yeah.
not good.
No, it's not.
But
But
hey, it was a fun juggling game. I guess it must be like that for all the directors and writers of these very big Marvel properties.
yeah, right. So that's not a good quote. That's not a
No,
good quote, man.
bad
it was
quote.
a shit show.
That's an
It was really
alarming-
hard. Our product isn't
I
good.
can't. Yeah, and I can't imagine for other and goes back to John Watts.
Poor
He's
John.
not there anymore.
John got snapped.
I do have something on Kenobi if we're ready to.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, let's transition
I
to
need
Star
to
Wars,
move on.
but firstly,
My blood's boiling.
I hear your Kenobi thing, Dylan, but I want to raise you another
I
quote.
must raise you.
Go
But
for
this
it.
time a much better quote.
Check.
So here, I'll read the quote and I'll guess who says it. There's a certain show coming soon, set right around the time I may have considered to be very active. Whether or not you will see my physical body, I cannot comment on, but you will certainly feel my presence. Who do you think said that?
Liam Neeson.
No, come on. You know who it is.
Oh, Hayden Christensen.
No.
No. Okay. Anyway,
Okay,
Ian
no,
McDermott.
what?
All right.
Ian McDermott said that. So he said that.
I thought that quote was from a while ago.
Nope, he just said this like a day ago.
No.
Johnny talked with Ian McDermott
know.
a couple months ago, I think.
There was something about Palpatine.
Yeah,
being
there
in
was
it.
the TV quote where
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
he
yeah.
said he was like, "Oh, there's TV shows coming out."
Yeah,
I don't know why. This is a
He doesn't
different
know
quote.
what he's doing. He doesn't know
Yeah.
what he's talking about.
This is Ian McDermott at ICCC, which is like yesterday, and he said there's a video of it, like there's photos of it. This was a real quote from yesterday. Yeah, there's a certain show coming soon, which Kenobi or Andor, set around the time I may have considered to be very active. Whether or not you will see my physical body, I cannot comment on, but you will certainly feel my presence. So there you go. Emperor coming in soon in Kenobi.
I mean,
Could be.
it's logical, but
I mean,
makes
Andor
me very
too.
excited.
Either of them makes sense. I feel like Kenobi
Yeah.
might even make a little more sense because we know we have Vader.
The thing is, though, the only thing regarding the Emperor we've heard about Kenobi is that he's not in it, which is why I'm like, interesting.
Well, then maybe it's his voice then, like he said.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's his voice.
Which is
in
weird
Kenobi.
though. Why wouldn't
Maybe
they show him?
a hologram.
Are we not getting as
Hologram.
much Vader as we think though? Is
No,
that
I think we're getting a lot of Vader.
I hope so. Well,
Well,
can I say my
okay.
piece after you say that?
Here's what I think happens.
Maybe not a
I
lot,
think-
but there's a lot. But it's in the back half of the show.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think we're gonna have. How many episodes of footage do you think we got in the trailer? I think it
Oh,
honestly
2.
could be one.
It's one or
I'd say 2.
I say
I think
2.
first episode's gonna be. I don't think they're leaving Planet in the first episode.
I think they do. I think they do at the end, but I think it's 2 eps still.
You think Kenobi in the first episode is running around blasting with the birds flying and stuff? I don't think that's happening.
No, I think that's ep 2. I think that's ep 2.
Yeah.
But
Fair
I
enough.
do.
Okay,
I do
alright,
think he
fair enough.
decides to leave at the end of the
Fair
first.
enough.
Okay,
episode.
yeah, sure.
I think that it's gonna transition. It's gonna be a jarring transition. I don't think it'll be a jarring transition, but Vader's gonna come in and he's gonna come in quick.
And
I
it's
think
you
that'll
know,
be
and you know what's
episode
extra cool?
3
You know what's
or
extra cool?
episode
It's the
4.
I'm pretty sure it's the end of 3, for what we've heard. As I'm pretty sure people have
Which
said
makes
like, oh,
sense.
it's the back half. But get this: within like 5 days of the show, and during Celebration Weekend, we'll have up to that point. So there's like no waiting for it to get going because we get the first 2 episodes on Friday and then the
Right.
3rd episode Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Right.
which is Tuesday night. So we get there.
We're going.
Right.
It's kind of
When you
Very
guys think
exciting.
when you guys are thinking about this show, considering Vader and stuff, how like gruesome do you think it's gonna be? This ties into what I'm about to say. But like, do you think this is gonna be like a
I've
brutal like if you
I
had
think.
to give it a rating, like a show, like a TV
Well,
rating?
I'm just thinking about Rogue One.
I've seen
I'm
this. I
thinking
think this
about
is fake news. I think this is fake
You
news.
think it's fake news? It's
I
the
think it's fake
direct.
news.
I guess they're not always
What?
on.
What is it? What is it? Go ahead.
It's gonna be 9+.
I think they
Mando
rated the
is
trailer.
14+.
What do you mean?
Because
Wait,
Kenobi's
wait,
not
what?
on there yet. The
Wait,
show.
wait,
So
say that
the
again?
thing that's going
What's
around
9?
is that
What is
on Disney Plus, you know how they have like Mando is TV 14, Rebels
Oh,
is TV
oh,
7,
oh, oh, oh.
Kenobi gets TV 9, but I think that they've just rated the trailer that's on there because there's no Kenobi. Kenobi isn't out yet, and literally in the trailer and from all the stuff we've heard, it's a pretty brutal show because you literally see someone getting hung or hanged is the proper term in the trailer. Like that can't be TV 9, right? I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know. Clone Wars is 6+. So
Where do we get TV?
Yeah, it's true. It's on Disney
Oh.
Plus. It's on like UK Disney Plus. It says Obi-Wan
Oh.
Kenobi TV 9.
Yeah.
But the only thing on it right now
That's
is
true.
the
It
trailer.
is just the trailer.
It's
But
just
did
the
they
trailer.
rate? Did they rate trailers? Why wouldn't the trailer be like 6+? Why 9?
I mean,
That seems high for the trailer.
I don't know.
I guess it has someone hung in the
I'm
trailer.
not
so-
worried about it being violent because again, I mean, like, okay, obviously this is a rumor, but like, I'm gonna be floored if it doesn't happen. Like Hayden, like we're getting or Project Nightfall,
Killing younglings.
and that's a very brutal moment in time.
Operation Nightfall.
Operation Nightfall. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not,
Do you
it's not
think
like
we'll
a
see him
Batman
killing
villain.
younglings? Maybe we'll see him go up to the younglings. And then
Oh,
be like,
that's what I thought
"Ah,
of. That's what I
silly."
thought of.
Yeah.
That's why I just. That's why. Yep. That's why I thought of that. Sorry. Same thing, but yes. So I would. I mean, that's a very.
It's a
Very
dark point in
brutal.
time. It's the
yeah,
dark
yeah,
time.
yeah, dark.
Mm.
Yeah. So to
Not good.
see.
For him, for
No.
anyone, really.
No.
Then again,
true.
bad vibes don't necessarily necessitate a high age rating. And
No, it's
we've
true.
seen what Clone Wars can
Yeah,
do.
I mean, I don't
We've
think
seen what
anyone's gonna,
Rebels can
like-
do.
Mm.
I don't know. Star Wars has always been for everyone.
Book of
and-
Boba Fett was 12+. I didn't think there was anything necessarily gory or like over
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't think. I mean, I think it's gonna be like Star Wars.
There's some
violence,
Rancor
which is
violence.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't.
yeah.
You know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope.
Not worried about like. it
I would
being
hope
unsatisfied
they
with
can
the
do
action.
everything. I
Toby
would just hope
stands.
I hope the rating. Well, typically the rating is a response to the show being made. It's not set in stone before, right? So it's like, I mean, obviously they're going to be like, don't make it an R-rated show, but so I have faith that they told the story they wanted with no resistance due to the rating, and then it got the 9. If it is 9+.
And speaking of rating and the post production and who's making the dang thing, it just got revealed today that the editor for Obi-Wan Kenobi is the freaking editor on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And those are pretty intense
Those
shows
are
that
some
can get
two of
across
the best shows like ever.
dark
I haven't seen Better
themes.
Call Saul, but
So like for real.
I think people are focusing on the bad of the show. I am not worried about Kenobi. I will still say it. I am very beyond excited for Kenobi. I
Comes
think
out
we have a
this month.
lot. It comes out this month,
Month's
and I
up.
think we have a
let
lot
that happen.
to look forward
Let
to. I
I
mean,
got someone on the phone for
even
that.
just the fact that we're gonna see Obi-Wan and Vader fight alone gets me
Multiple times.
Here's the
unbelievable-
thing.
more than once. Yeah, gets
I've
me
said-
unbelievably excited.
I've said multiple times throughout this pandemic, and as it's, it was once a scarier time, I've said, I just need to make it to Kenobi. So what
Yeah.
do I have to live for after this show?
It's true. Well,
Is there anything?
Andor,
We'll see. Yeah, but I don't
you
gotta be
know,
like, I don't have to be
Ahsoka.
alive for those. I have to see Kenobi.
Grammar
if this plane
rodeo.
crashes on the way to Anaheim, knock on some wood or something.
I got wood. I'm not gonna wood.
But
that.
that just won't be good. Wouldn't be bad, but wouldn't be good.
Would be-
Ooh, bad.
Wait, what?
There's worse
What?
things that could happen. You can be alive and have a really bad time.
Then be dead. What?
What's
is-
what's the thing that the Great Inquisitor says? There's fates worse than death.
Yeah, there's some things that are.
Imagine
Oh,
your
yeah.
spirit gets chained to a temple like his.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
That
yeah,
would
yeah.
suck.
Imagine you become like a Dementor, spirit held
Yeah.
Dementor. Yeah.
I
Right,
remember
that's
I went
true.
through such phases learning that he like his spirit lived or whatever. Because at first I was like, oh, I thought he was talking about Vader. That's like so lame. It's
Well, he
like, oh,
was.
he was talking about
Yeah.
Vader. It's
Vader
even
did that
worse
to him.
than like messed up.
Mm.
There we
Crazy.
go.
Vader entrapped his soul. Like what a horrible thing.
It's
Not
bad.
good. Not
Not
something
good.
you want to have
Bad.
happen to you.
I don't know, man. I just think there's so much to look forward to. I mean, again, like, a lot of it is just fan desire and obviously just rumors. Like, it would just, especially like Operation Nightfall, and then just like we're bound to get Clone Wars stuff. Like Hayden has the cut. He's
He's got
watched
the
all of
cut.
Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah.
There has to be something there. There has to be.
Well,
Like,
remember
obviously,
remember
it's
he's
good
also
acting,
going to be in
study
Ahsoka
work.
though.
Right.
That's true.
So
You're
it
right.
could be for that.
Yeah.
'cause he's-
You're right.
Yeah, it's more than what
Well,
Sam
no,
Raimi
I
did.
think-
we've seen him
think
with
it was-
we've seen him with the cup before.
I think it was asked about. Kenobi.
Yeah, no, I know,
context of
but
Kenobi. Yeah.
I'm saying he's preparing for multiple roles because he's coming
Well,
back to the
right,
company.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I forget where this line came from. But I know you guys know, or at least I would know. That like Clone Wars fans are gonna love Ahsoka. Like specifically, Clone Wars fans are gonna love Ahsoka
Right,
because
I
there's a
think-
lot to
yeah.
offer with it. So
Bryce Dallas Howard
it's
said
just
that,
like
right?
I'm
Yeah.
not like it,
Or again,
I'm gonna be
reincarnation.
crying. All I know is I'm gonna be crying.
Imagine him in the armor.
It's true.
Aren't the rumors though that if there are flashbacks, they're not doing the armor?
Yeah,
Or was that-
it's gonna be allegedly. I don't know. That's kind of a little bit too spoilery because we've obviously read some things. We're pretty deep in the leak community, just keeping up on them. So I don't want to just go into that, but there are some rumors to that. But I think seeing Clone Wars stuff, or at least Clone Wars era stuff, is almost certain in the next couple years because we're
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
there was an Operation Nightfall flashback in Book of Boba Fett for Christ's
Oh,
sake.
yeah.
Like there's
And
a
it was
scene where
cool.
So-
yeah. Wait, I forgot about that. Dang, yeah.
like that was amazing. Like we saw the 501st in the Jedi Temple mowing
Yeah,
down Jedi.
The small little sliver we got, and can you imagine in Kenobi? Like
That episode, man, I can't get over it. That episode is like one of the most insane.
One of the
things Star Wars has
craziest
ever
Star Wars
done.
things of
insane
all
pieces
time.
of Star Wars ever.
Yeah.
Like, oh yes, Luke Skywalker is back and he's deep faked, and also Operation Nightfall, and also Cad Bane, and he just walks
And
out of the
also
desert.
Ahsoka, and also Ahsoka and
and
Luke
Ahsoka
together.
is there, and Cad Bane shows up and shoots this character from the books, Cobb Vanth. Like, what is happening? It was
Do
like
you think we're ever gonna see
insane
Ahsoka
moment.
and Luke talking about
Insane.
Anakin? Because clearly
Yes.
they've had the conversation.
Yes.
I think
we are
Ahsoka.
going to
That
that
means we have to
conversation. I think
flashback, though.
in the Ahsoka show. I think
I
I
think
am
in the Ahsoka show.
Okay, so
very
like
confident.
I am too. I'm just saying like they have
Hey.
technically we're past
I'm also
that
very
in the
confident
timeline,
about
so-
Malachor.
Yeah.
Very confident about Malachor. I think
think
that's
like-
gonna happen in Ahsoka.
Hey, speaking
good.
of confidence, speaking of confidence,
Speaking of
little
confidence,
quick wrap up rant topic. I'm not so confident I'm gonna buy action figures anymore.
by action figures. Yeah, Levi.
And-
Levi, I think could be.
Yeah, you're
retiring
really screwed. Yeah.
And I'm
in
having
in the next like
next couple
we'll
days.
find out in a couple days.
and I'm having an existential crisis. So basically, for those who don't know, at least Johnny and I, Dylan to a much smaller extent, we like Star Wars merchandise. I love it. It's iconic.
Too much, actually. It's a crippling
It's an
addiction,
issue.
but it's
yeah,
okay.
it's a vice. You could say it's a vice.
Sure. Maybe not.
But it's part of the fandom. And I buy
It's
these.
true.
I buy these lovely action figures.
We buy these things,
and I keep them in the box. That's something that I do.
and I do
Johnny
not.
does not.
I
For the most
there's
part,
a few I have.
the
yeah.
majority you take out of
Yes,
the box.
majority.
But
Yeah.
For the vintage collection, which you can see a little bit at the side here. We don't need to go full
Which
screen.
are
'cause
the
I know-
3 3/4 ones? They're like
Yeah.
they're right there behind.
for
me.
for a lot of people, the packaging is everything. It's the card back, it's the figure in the bubble, and for the
It's
black
supposed to be like the old.
Yeah. and for the black series, I don't know. I just prefer them in the box. I'm kind of a freak that way. A lot of people would be like, "Why? They're 6-inch scale, like fucking pose them." And I don't know. I don't know. I'm a freak.
That's
Anyway.
my
I keep them in the box, but a key part of that box is being able to see the figure through a plastic bubble or in a plastic tray or something.
You don't want to see just cover art. You want to see the figure.
I want to see the figure. I want
You
to
wanna
see
see what you
what I
bought.
bought displayed.
Yeah.
I'm displaying this. And the thing is, Hasbro,
Well,
we're
might be
doing
changing.
we're doing no plastic packaging, which means that it's just a figure like
Which-
tied down in a
Well, hold
in like
on. Why would they be doing this? Why would they do? I mean, you can probably guess why they would be doing this. Is to obviously,
they-
plastic isn't the
no,
best material.
they say it's for the environment.
It's never that.
It's not.
And
It's
but
way
it's
cheaper.
also
It's just
cheaper.
cheaper.
Yeah.
It's
because
cheaper.
think about it, most of the people who are buying these keep the figures, that's most of the plastic, and recycle the rest, or most people are just keeping the whole thing in the box. This
I
stuff
keep my
is
box. I
of
keep my
all
boxes.
I keep my
of
boxes
all
too.
of the
You never know.
of all of the plastic like producing industries, the subset of Hasbro, which is a massive company that makes, they make Monopoly, for God's sakes. Like, they make most of their money comes from board games and kids stuff.
Right.
The subset of Hasbro that is producing, let's be real, mostly collectibles for adults to collect and keep.
No,
that-
for kids.
yeah, that stuff.
Yeah, your kid just has to wake up at
Yeah,
midnight and
yeah,
pre-order in
pre-order.
10
They have
seconds.
to.
Yeah.
If they're not there the minute they drop.
Every kid's dream. But
There's no more going to the toy store.
I wonder if I'll get my action figure I want.
Most people who buy these freaking figures aren't even putting the plastic back into the system, like into like the recycling ecosystem. So it doesn't make like the environment thing. I think that holds no water.
It never does.
It never. I don't think that works. I think for sure they're just doing it because
Good
it's way
marketing, though.
cheaper to just put it in a plastic box and ship it out. And oh, here's your slop, consumer. It's not even like they don't even. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's literally, Dylan. It's tied down
Can we
with
let's
like
some pictures.
a
Let's-
zip
let's
tie,
Yeah.
just
Let's pull some
loose in
pictures.
plastic, like loose
Let
in
me
cardboard.
give me a second.
What
here.
is this?
Do you know? Oh wait, so people can't figure.
You can't
swap.
see. No, they
But
can't.
you can't-
figure swap.
You cannot see the
Oh,
figure.
because you can rip it out.
Yeah, you
and
just cut
replace
it and then
right?
put a different one in there, and you can just rattle around and be like, oh, there's a figure in there. Like,
and you can be like, oh, I would like to return this.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
so.
there's, so the thing, I'm gonna pull up. I'll pull up some
Yeah,
pictures. in a
you
second
can
here.
pull
I
some-
have
But,
seen the boxes themselves, and it's like, yeah, no one's displaying
Yeah.
that.
So they are changing. We're about to see what the box is gonna look like.
However,
on May 4th, on Wednesday.
Can you take the front panel
Probably.
off? Okay, but even then, it's the resale value if that's what you're interested in. Like the minting goes down.
There's a lot of associated issues with this, and I'll go into a second. But first, let's just show what we're talking about here. So here's one design, and this is obviously just like a,
Look at that bad boy.
It hurts.
promo kind of thing,
Yeah.
or not a promo,
I'm
but
glad
like
they
a
kept
rough,
like
a rough,
the
a rough
same
edit.
style,
Sure.
but
Right, and this one,
that one's a little better.
it's
You're still-
better.
Yeah.
It's not great though. It's not
it's not-
great.
Yeah.
So that's the type of idea is what they are going for.
Right.
There is a lot of associated issues with this now. So here's one thing I'll go down. So there's a figure swapping has been a thing for I don't know, forever.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a good way to make some money.
Correct, and just steal. Just
Yeah.
steal figures.
Just take.
I will tell you if they go this route, I will never buy a figure in store again. Not that I haven't.
Watch this
in the
podcast if
past.
you want to learn how to steal.
Yeah. I'll tell you. I've never done it, but I mean, I know how to. It's pretty easy. But they're making it easier with this now, because you can't see the figure. So so let's do a scenario. Say you see a Black Series figure, and you can't see the what it looks like inside. But you know who it is from the box. You're like, oh my god,
Mhm.
Wow.
oh my god, my Obi-Wan Kenobi from Kenobi figure. Wow. You go buy it. You get home and you take it out of the box, and it's not Obi-Wan.
It's not him.
Yeah.
It's like Constable Zuvio. Yeah, that can happen extremely easily now
Mm.
because I mean this already happens
Well, it already
with,
happened.
like,
with
couldn't
with the
really, but-
plastic stuff. So what people will do,
Right.
they'll literally no shame, put a random figure in the box and just put it back.
It's
Yeah.
very
No
funny to see
shame.
the photos. Yeah.
And they're gonna and I mean it's a funny thing, but it's also really it's not a good thing.
No.
And so now this is even worse because you won't even be able to tell
Yeah.
if it's the figure or not.
Have you ever seen it in the wild?
Yes.
Really? That's so funny. Oh man, that's
Yep. When I used to go to stores, I don't go anymore. But
oh, what
it's
are they doing?
it's alarming,
Well,
and also um so retro carded figures. So even Black Series does this as well, and even Marvel Legends has been doing this with some Spider-Man figures. They have them on the card backs and then the plastic bubble. That's just representative of the old packaging. They were asked about it. Oh, sorry, Marvel was, and again, this is also representative of what Black Series would do because they're gonna follow whatever they do. But
Yeah,
they were
let me
like,
find
"Oh,
the
what are
original
you gonna
quote.
do with the retro packaging?" We'll be like, "Well, it's." And they were like, "Well, it's still gonna look similar,
yeah. Oh,
which I don't know what that means, but it's basically
right.
they're saying they're getting rid of that packaging too. And a big reason why those figures sell is because of the packaging.
Mm.
People
Well,
get that to put them on the walls because you can just, they're just card backs.
when I'm also at the store looking at figures, I'm looking at the figure and being like, "Oh, that looks good." Just seeing a
Mhm.
picture isn't. I'm not gonna be able to judge because one, it's like it's
And the
posed and
thing is, you won't
lighted,
even
and
know if it's a figure or not. And again,
Won't even know.
I think
yeah,
I can speak for all three of us that we haven't really bought a figure at like a Target or a Walmart in a very long time.
you haven't been able to.
Right.
Yeah, I've been able to.
Yeah,
I mean, not that it's even possible anymore, but just like
right.
that idea is just so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
worrying. And here's what I'm like really worried about is, say you buy a figure, you take it out, put another figure in, ship it back as a return. Then that
Yeah.
gets put then that gets put into the used market. Someone buys it, takes
Yeah.
it out, not the right figure.
And like,
That's
who
going to happen so much. Mark my words.
do you think
It's
they're
it.
gonna check? Do you think they're gonna start checking more?
No, no, they don't even check
Probably
with. No,
no,
they don't even check with.
because they already made their money. Oh, I guess. Well, no, because they're giving the money back. But
No,
that's what I
it's like
always thought was the
it's not, it
big
doesn't go
deal was
back to
people
Hasbro. It goes
returning.
back to like
The
An Amazon
distributor.
warehouse
Yeah.
or a
So
yeah.
you get a $25 figure for free.
And they don't care. They're not gonna check.
I
Yeah.
guess you have to give up one of
So
your old ones, but yeah,
No, but people just put trash in there. You can buy a bunch
yeah,
of
or
like
it's
literally you can
true.
put anything in there
the
now.
one that I see the most is it's carbonized Moff Gideon, or not carbonized, the credit collection Moff Gideon, who's just like this off-color purple version of Moff Gideon.
And
It's
they're
so weird.
awful
The
figures. Oh,
carbonizer
And
so
it's
so
the
weird.
only one you can find on shelves. There's like I went to a Best Buy the other day. There's like it's just 8 of those credit collection Moff Gideons.
Oh,
It's an ugly figure. And they
and
go for like
Lando.
they sell them for like $3, $3 to $7 you find it because it's just
oh yeah.
slop.
So it's like go
It's just
buy that one. Yeah.
it's a
No, I mean
slop figure, and you
they're
just
awful
jam that
figures.
into like the one that I see. Well, that I've seen is it's the Bad Batch Tech box, which is a good figure that's like semi
Great figure.
desirable, and it's just Moff Gideon, this color like purple Moff Gideon
I
jammed
didn't know
into it.
that.
It's
I didn't
like
know that.
it's horrific.
Well, so there's just a lot of issues associated with, and again with this decision, they are going to lose so much money because people are going to give up on them. Not even
There
just
is a
because,
big
not
majority
even
of
just yeah,
in-box
well,
figures. There's a lot of them out there.
correct. Not even just because
Characters, sorry.
the price increases have been brutal, especially this month.
They've been so bad.
They've now Marvel Legends are $28.
Remember you can get a figure for $20?
$28.
That was like a
And
year ago.
Yeah.
in the I think so there's all right, so there's an I'm trying to reference this. So there's an Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, that's $28. And then I
Hmm.
don't know if they're exclusives, but there's a couple other Spider-Man, there's like an Iron Spider or whatever,
I
and
love
they're
being the average Joe
$32.
in the second Gilded Age with hyperinflation.
Love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
So
Society.
there's already a price increase, but for them to now they're gonna lose a huge market, is what I'm saying. Like the inbox collectors is like a major part of their market. And if
Particularly
and
with vintage collection. It's
cor-
vintage collection
correct.
are it's gonna plummet
Yeah.
Yeah. And
if
I
they
was
get rid
having
Because
of
this
that's what people love the carded figures.
I was
That's
actually
the
I was talking about this with a friend who is like pretty unaware of all this kind of stuff, and he was like, "Well, it doesn't really matter. Kids aren't gonna care." I was like, "Kids aren't gonna be able to aren't like don't get these. Kids don't buy
it's
maybe the
mission
vintage
fleet.
collection a little more,
Kids get
but
mission fleet these days.
no kid
yeah.
gets if I was a parent and my kid was like, "Get me this," and it was a $28 like action figure, I'd be like, "I can't do that. I can't just buy you a $30 like figure." It's
Yeah,
crazy.
It's mission
now
fleet.
that's like the
That's why
status
mission fleet
quo.
exists, and kids actually do buy mission fleet. It's a popular line that they
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's stylized for children specifically. in the Target I was at in Best Buy, like they have the vintage. They had like one left because people buy them, but the Mission Fleet Razor Crest. I'm like, I almost bought it. I was like, that's kind of a good looking Razor Crest to have like
No,
on
it is a good
display.
look. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they put effort into it, and that's a line making for kids. So they have that, but they also have these lines, which are clearly for collectors. And like either
Even
the two
even though the common argument against it is, oh no, they're made for kids. Why are you guys complaining so much? No, they're
Yeah.
not, man.
That was Star
They're
Wars
not,
in
man.
general, so please don't
They're
hit me
not,
with that.
man.
I don't know, but
I whatever. There's a whole discourse about it, but
yeah.
it's
So
it's just
either I stop buying, or if they go with certain directions, I might just open the figures because I'm not gonna
You-
keep a cardboard box.
that's
Yeah.
that's what everybody's gonna have to do. And
Maybe
guess
it can
what?
open
There
your
will be
mind.
people who are not going to do that, and they are going to
They just could have quit.
they're gonna stop,
Yeah.
and they're going to lose money. Mark my words.
Hopefully Hasbro will lose some money.
I bet
and it'll go back.
they will lose. Okay, so they will lose more money with this decision than if they kept the plastic.
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah,
So we'll see on Wednesday, because
We'll
I
see
can
on
also see
Wednesday.
them because there's the Hasbro
Well-
Lucas team is so like not together compared to the Marvel team that
Big
they might
May
be like
4th reveal.
they might be
Screw
like
you.
they might be like, what are you talking about? What no plastic packaging? And they might just continue on like nothing's happening. I could absolutely
true.
see that happening, where they just, even though literally the last stream Hasbro did, the Marvel Legends team, which is so together, they're all like
They are
they're like,
amazing.
look, here's the packaging. The Star Wars team could be like, oh, what?
Did they think people were like
Rancor.
gonna love this? Like, were they like, oh, this is so like people? Are
No,
gonna-"
I don't think, but I don't think they think that people are gonna love it, but they're just,
I mean, so
I don't know.
yeah, and the
It's a
and the Marvel
lose-lose
thing
for them.
they've
They know that.
right. The Marvel thing they already have shown the packaging, like they're moving to no plastic packaging now. for
People are
Marvel.
buying, yeah, people are buying
Crazy.
products right now that don't have
I
plastic
did.
packaging. Johnny did.
Bought-
Johnny's an addict. Yeah, we-
I bought a 2-pack and
Johnny was showing us
Two
just
figures?
a waterfall of figures that just got shipped to his house, and the whole time he's like, I can't keep doing this.
I can't. This is well,
Yeah, hey, I'll buy some of those. Have you decided yet which ones you want to sell?
yeah. Well, I'll
Giveaway? Question mark.
show you after.
No,
Look,
no,
hold
no.
on.
Hang on, that-
I can't do it.
uh-uh.
You think I got the
uh-uh.
money for a giveaway, man?
We'll see.
Pay rent, buy Black Series. You get sometimes you gotta that's something you gotta think.
That's
about.
what we call the Johnny juggle in the business.
That's what we call the give us more views on YouTube so we can make money and buy
What?
figures. That means watch this
So-
and refresh and do that 100 times.
Yeah, that'll get us 1
Um,
cent.
Yeah, honestly.
So it's worrying. I mean, for me, okay. So for me, I'm
This
an
has been a
I'm
worry stream or a worry podcast. I'll say
It's
that.
been a
Yeah.
worrisome podcast. I'm
I'm
sorry.
an-
I
I'm an-
introduced-
If your anxiety is high after watching this one, then I don't blame you because
Sorry.
we were like,
I'm
Moon
a-
Knight, it's gonna suck. Multiverse of Madness, it's gonna suck.
Gonna
Kenobi
suck.
for 9-year-olds, these figures suck. Like, oh man,
Well, and
part of the fun, I guess.
I'm an out of box collector, so I'm not as worried about this. But I'm just, I mean, I'm slightly like I don't like that they're doing that.
It's not fun to because
No.
there's something about having the box in your hand and you're like, oh, there he is, and then yeah,
it's a classic
No
feeling.
more.
it's a
Yeah.
classic feeling. Can we say one nice thing about something before we end this stream?
We could.
That's not condescending to any of the points we made.
I Kenobi. I'm not worried about Kenobi at all. I think Kenobi's gonna be a fantastic show.
I still don't understand how Forlom is in Kenobi. That story
That's-
still confuses me.
Is that a
Is
good
it
thing?
real?
Is that
I think so.
Hey, a positive thing is I got my Dengar Black Series finally. It looks
did?
nice in box. It looks very good.
does
Very
look
good
good.
figure. I have
Well,
Dengar
probably one of the
Forlom
best
and
Black
Zuckuss.
series ever made.
Dengar?
Dengar's amazing.
He's a great
Yeah.
fig.
Yeah, he's awesome. Probably one of the best Black series and most expensive, I think.
I
He's
always
up
like
there.
Bosk. I thought Bosk.
He was on sale on Amazon.
Dengar does look pretty good.
Oh, you have the archive one, right? Or is it the?
No, I bought the OG.
Oh,
I mean, it was still like double the
a
price of what it
little,
normally
a
was.
little while ago, it was.
Do you get it at GameStop where you can get like any
Stuff-
figure under the sun for some reason?
No.
I go
and-
into GameStop and, they have fire.
It'll ship to you. It'll ship to you next day.
And it's
Pre-orders?
GameStop. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah. I have personal experience.
Oh, here's a little tip for people who are collecting. GameStop
do
will
it.
get you the stuff the quickest.
Is that true?
Doesn't make any sense. beyond
Don't know why.
all reason. They will get it to you before any
Prob-
estimate.
and it's funny. Probably the one that takes the longest is Hasbro Pulse.
Maybe
That's hilarious.
possible.
Amazon's in the middle. Amazon's good. I do Amazon.
No, I don't trust Amazon.
Nah, don't get Bezos. Don't
I
get
just got
Amazon
all those
money.
from Amazon.
No, but well, for me as an
I got my
inbox collector,
Ahsoka
Amazon
and
drivers
Echo
don't
and-
give a rat's about keeping your stuff in good condition. They will
True.
like
Mine have been packed fine.
I saw this. I saw this
mine are
video earlier.
just destroyed.
I saw this video and it was
Yeah.
like, "Don't buy a vinyl record on Amazon," and it was
Yeah,
folded.
the envelope. Yeah,
It
it's
was-
in the mailbox.
It was
Yeah.
folded in the mailbox. Yeah, Levi,
So
you've had some
bad.
bad luck. You've like been like, "I'm gonna unbox this. Just got it from Amazon. It's just crinkled
Fine.
and like." It's
Oh
just
yeah, I
destroyed.
forgot. You've had.
The Amazon workers are like, "Anything in there?
Yeah, I like. What are they doing to me?
Hey, you
man?
guys want to toss this one around a little
bend,
bit?
Let's bend the card.
Let's step on it."
Here's a quick story to end the stream. I once, at one point in time, was returning so many figures through this UPS store to get replacements for Amazon that the person, like, they didn't like fully recognize me because, you know, I was wearing a mask, different outfits or whatever, but they were like, oh yeah, man. People were like, I think there's like some new Star Wars thing must have come out that people really hate because people keep returning all these Star Wars figures. It was all me. It was they're like, yeah, we got like 10 of these things in the back. Like people must hate Star Wars now or something. And I
How
was
bad
like,
would they be? Like crease?
and I was like, yeah, man, I don't know.
Would they
Well,
be
it's
like
just, like-
full on folded? Like the like.
Not but like just the edges are like just completely. It's like if someone
Yeah.
took it and went like
Yeah.
like pushed it in. Like they will put them in
Just don't
boxes that are
care.
too small to hold.
Yeah,
That's
that's how they
the one
do
that infuriates me. They will put them like I've gotten vintage collections before that are in boxes that
I've
are literally
gotten- no, I've
too
gotten-
small
Yeah,
to hold
that's
it.
I've gotten
like,
retro.
it's
I've
just
gotten retro carded stuff. That's
it's like, what are you doing? Or you put a figure in an envelope? Are you insane? Are you?
People
Yeah,
do
the
that.
envelope-
People
Just, like,
do that.
I
Yeah,
oh
they
I've
just
gotten
kinda go,
I've gotten a ton of
"Whee!"
envelope figures. Yeah.
People
horrific.
are
Yep.
wild.
Yeah,
Horrifying.
Walmart does that a lot.
Well, Walmart is like Satan. It's like demon spawn for shipping. That is worse than Amazon. I've
Yeah,
been
we
giving
have
Amazon crap.
exclusives, but screw you.
Walmart is like literally they will put your figure through a grinder. The videos that have been coming out about these Clone Wars ones, it's literally the figures are open, like it's off the
Mine
card.
were-
It's just, yeah, no,
Mine were fine.
it's so
mine were
funny. I've
good.
seen footage from
I'll be-
multiple
I
sources
will
of people
say,
whose
mine were
figures
lucky.
are just like the figure is loose in the bag
Yeah.
because it's just the entire package has been crumpled up.
And they're
open.
delayed.
Is-
And they're delayed. Grievous has been delayed for
That's
me.
insane.
Okay. So yeah, let's that's a funny story. They were like, yeah, they literally thought this poor like normie Star Wars fan was like, man, I kind of like that last Baby Yoda show. I guess people hate it now or something because I just don't.
I like
I've
that
just been
last Baby
returning,
Yoda
like-
show.
Did you tell them?
They
Were you like,
didn't know,
"Oh, that's
you know,
all
they're
me."
just a person.
That's funny
Yeah.
though.
No,
That's-
absolutely
We're not
That's
people.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, man.
embarrassing. It was all me. So
Um,
that's a podcast. That's
Of
a podcast.
course, I
Yeah,
know.
you
him.
know what?
He's me.
Yeah,
the days of
It was on-
figure hunting
Use
at
me.
stores is gone.
I know, it's so sad.
The days of seeing your figure in the box are gone.
The
you're
rush.
gilder.
The rush of
Storm.
finding a
The
lightsaber character.
literally, dude. Oh my god, I used to do it all the time when I was younger. It's nothing better.
To me, it all started
I
when they
started
did the
collecting in
Clone
I
Wars
started collecting
Ahsoka.
in 2015.
Wow, that's sad. Now it's all exclusives and online.
Now it's all exclusives.
All right, come on,
online.
hour and 50 minutes. Let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Well,
Well,
People
people
listen
that have
complain
watched
like
this
old men.
podcast, you were here for the complain podcast. where
Dylan,
we
give
just-
us the gil-
we
give
just
us a
complained
good
about
give us
everything.
a good thing to say. Say something good.
Oh, good thing to say.
Thing to say.
I thought the last episode of Moon Knight was very, very, very good. I liked it a lot.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say what comes after that because we'll find out.
It's true.
But yeah, if you enjoyed it's not usually this complaining. It's a little. Sometimes we err on the side of complaining, but we're usually a little more positive than this. But if you liked the podcast, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more. We stream every Wednesday. We got a Discord you can check out. Always fun stuff going on there. And yeah, I guess we will see you next week.